Welcome back to another video. This is how to win friends and influence others. Now, most of the stuff that I talk about in this video came from this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, I love this book. I'm not finished reading the book. I'm in the process of reading the book. I had this idea a few months ago. I've also been reading the book, so I kind of put the book and my thoughts together. If you want to learn more about how to win friends and influence people, I advise you to read this book. It's not that much money. Read the book so you can learn more about what I talk about in this topic. And like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let's get right into the video. Now, first part, become valuable, right? First things first. No one's going to listen to you if you have nothing to give them. If you have nothing to provide, like, no one's going to listen to shit you got to say. You know that one dude that just be old as shit? And, like, he acts like he knows everything, but he's just like a fat fuck. Don't be that guy. When you're growing up, or not even just growing up, now, like, just become valuable, have valuable traits, learn skills. Like, for example, if you know how to skateboard, you can teach people how to skateboard. If you knew how to make money, you can teach people how to make money, right? Don't be that guy that swear to God he knows everything but does not know anything, right? Actually read books, actually learn finances, learn how to fix cars, learn how to skateboard. I use the skateboard thing again. Learn how to, like, do things that a lot of people can't do. Learn how to run, be really good in the gym so you can teach other people how to do it, right? A lot of people don't have that much valuable traits. And valuable traits are easy to attain. There's so much things to learn on this earth, and there's so much time you have. Use your free time to become valuable. Because again, you can't influence anyone if you have nothing valuable to give to anybody. You gotta give. Learn from things so you can teach others, right? If you're if you're not valuable, you're just faking the image. That's not influential. That's just lying, basically. Stop worrying about what you want. Us people. We are so focused on ourselves, right? We're so focused on what we got going on, how our life is, how our money is, how our skills are, how our bodies look, right? But not worrying about others, right? When you're trying to get something from somebody or you're trying to obtain something from somebody, your first thing should, I know it sounds fucking silly, but your first thing shouldn't be about what you want, right? If you're trying to influence somebody or trying to change their mind about something, think about how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Think about how their mindset is. Give and you shall receive, right? If you give back, it will come back in bundles, right? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, right? Say, for instance, you're trying to sell somebody some, like, pre-workout or something like that, right? And this guy was like, bro, I don't want that shit. Stop trying to get out my face with this pre-workout shit, right? Gotta ask him, do you go to the gym? He says, no. Have you ever thought about going to the gym? No, because I'm too busy, blah, 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 right? So that's the thing, like, you got to understand what the person wants first. You're trying to take, people want to take so bad. People want to, like, take something from somebody so bad, but they never care about what that person wants, right? So first thing you're trying to do, if you're trying to influence somebody, if you're trying to sell something to somebody, you're trying to tell somebody something, or you're trying to get a friend or gain a friend, stop being so focused about what you want, how they're convenient to you. You should be convenient to them. How can you give to them, right? How can you give to them? Like I said before, give and you shall receive. If you give, it will come back in bundles every time. This right here is the biggest thing that's holding a lot of people back from getting where they want to be. You got ops. I don't mess with him. I don't fuck with him. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, we are all human beings, right? Stop trying to not like somebody. Stop trying to, like, hate somebody. That most of the time, right, that you have these quote-unquote enemies, these quote-unquote ops, right, given their circumstances, right, you would treat yourself how they treat you because of what they are going through, right? So think about their circumstances, right? Like, let me give you an example, right? Say you're on the highway, right, and you're driving down the street, boom, and a dude speeding down the street almost hit your car, right? And you're like, yo, you almost hit my car, right? Listen, you don't know what he had going on. You don't know if his mom passed out. You don't know if his kid fell on his head. Like, you don't know what it is, right? That knee-jerk reaction that we have as humans is to not like that person, right? Again, you don't know what no one else is going through, right? So maybe we should ask them, hey, what are you going through before you start making enemies, right? If someone just don't like you, and it is what it is, right? But don't make that person your enemy, right? We don't, like, no one has enemies. No one has ops. We're all humans. We all live and die, right? So on that way to death, we should try to help others, right? Get out of that mindset of that we have ops, right? I myself was like this too, right? I was like, this dude don't like me, or we don't mess with him. We don't do this. We don't whatever, right? But I learned that I talked to these people that didn't like me or that were my enemies, and I understood the circumstances of what they were going through, and it made sense why they wouldn't like me, right? You have to understand other people's circumstances before you start pointing the finger at that's your enemy or that's your op. It isn't what you say, it's how you say it. Now, this could mean a lot of different things, right? For example, don't be weird. Don't sound weird. That's what I mean. Like, make sure you recite this before you do it, right? And again, let's say you're working somewhere and like you have to sell a product to people, right? Make sure you always have like a smile when you're speaking, and make sure you're speaking with like confidence and with kindness, right? Don't come at somebody so aggressive because like they're not going to listen to you, right? Like if I told you like, yo, listen to me, I know what the fuck I'm like, you're not going to listen to me because like I sound so aggressive, right? I'm like, yo, I think you should listen to me. I've been through this before. You should take my advice. Now, again, like you're probably going to listen to me a little bit more, right? But if you're coming at somebody so aggressive, also rude, and you're just trying to get to the point, you're never going to get what you want. That person's never going to listen to you or follow you, right? No one's going to follow somebody that sounds like so rude and mean, right? Again, when you're speaking, don't be weird and make people feel comfortable, right? Make people always feel comfortable when you're talking to them, right? And they don't feel comfortable talking to you, and they don't feel comfortable around you, you can't influence them, and they're not going to want to be your friend, right? They're not going to want to listen to what you're saying, right? Talk slowly, talk calmly. That's how you do everything, right? I can say one sentence aggressively, I can say one sentence slowly with peace and kindness, and I could win 100 more people being kind, 100 less people being rude. Right? You have to understand a person. So it's always best to play it safe and speak to people with kindness and talk softly and slowly. Right? And also, when you're speaking to somebody, don't sound manipulative. Right? Like I said before, and I was saying like about the other topics. Right? This isn't a way to manipulate somebody. Right? This is a way so someone can listen to you and follow you because you have traits so people can learn. Right? It's just like being a coach. Right? It's just like go to PE, right? Your coach will always say, run, or go do this, go do that, right? Most of the time, the kids in the gym class, or at least my gym class, wasn't about to go run or go do whatever the coach said because of the way he spoke, right? You have to speak with kindness so people will listen to you. That's how that works, right? Last one, to win friends and influence others, right? Be genuine, right? Again, people can smell like you're BS from a mile away, right? If you're trying to finesse somebody, you're trying to steal from somebody by using your magic words to steal or take, people can sense that. People can notice that, right? So everything you do when you're trying to influence somebody or become friends with somebody, be genuine. Don't try to be grimy and sneaky, right? That's never going to work out for you, right? Always help out. Always help others. Always try to teach people. Have people follow the way you do things, right? And do things in the eyes of the Lord, right? Don't do things devilish and like evil, right? That's not cool, right? That's like the most important part about this. And I said before in the last topic, don't manipulate people, right? Don't use people, right? Teach people, don't use people. That's basically the most important thing I want you to understand out of this whole video. Be genuine. Alright, you made it to the end of the video. I really appreciate you guys for always watching the videos, always showing love, liking, subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.